Hello, this is another training video for the Talent Stacker CEO and Program Managers. Topics in this video will be the at-risk setting for members who display at-risk behaviors. We're going to talk about how it is that any manager can mark a member as being at risk without compromising the privacy requirements, which are that only the CEO and program managers can see which members are marked as being at risk. And we'll also talk about how we remove the at-risk flag on a member. So here we have the member that we've been using for this demo, Cameron Gibson. Every person who can access the org has available to them in the top right this Mark at Risk button. So that's how we will mark a member as being at risk. That'll prompt us to fill this out. The member will already be pre-populated. For reason, there are 4. Now these first 3 are time dependent, and those 3 automatically happen behind the scenes by itself. There's what is known as a flow that checks the member 3 months after creation to see if they've been certified, checks 5 months after creation to see if they've completed their project and whatnot. So these 3 will mark as being at risk on their own. If, however, there's an other reason, we can select that for manual input. Now the dialog box does call for a reason, so we can always log everything we do. Now on our end, not being the CEO or program manager, that's the end of the road. Nothing else happens. There's nothing that we can see that would demonstrate to anybody that Cameron Gibson is marked as at risk. Now we're going to log in as Bradley Rice, the current CEO, so that we can see on his end what that Cameron Gibson member record will look like. So we're going to go back now, logged in as Bradley Rice. We're going to refresh the page. And now you'll notice that because we marked the member as being at risk with that manual input button, the member now has this banner here visible to program managers and the CEO marking the member as being at risk. Furthermore, up here you now have visibility to an object called at risk that holds all the different records with information regarding who's at risk and what that behavior is. This is the one that we just made right here. If we go into that record, which the record number is pre-populated with a timestamp there, it'll show the member, the reason, and if the reason is other, it'll show the inputted text. Cameron is showing at-risk behavior. So now, as I understand, your business process is to check up on that member to see what you can do to get them back on track with the course. So in order to mark that you have completed that, up here in the top right, we have this resolve button. By hitting that, we are allowed to type in internal comments. Bradley checked in on Cameron on April 3rd and got him back on track. If we hit save, that will do a couple different things. Number 1, that information will be logged. The record will be labeled as resolved, so we know that that issue is taken care of. And last but not least, if we go back now to Cameron Gibson's record page, we see now that he is no longer marked as at risk because we did resolve that record and the banner is gone.